G'day everyone, Travis the Tractor Guy here. So today we're on a soil project with one of our favourite clients here in Karalee in southeast Queensland, and we got those 2 loads of dirt delivered. They had a little bit here, and for those of you that haven't seen our Facebook page, we did all this fill for them a couple of weeks ago. We want to see how that compacts down, because basically all the builders had put the rubble in this area here. So we had to scrape a bit off, and now that that's settled, we're going to put a bit of the topsoil over that. But also around the other side of the house here, they had a lot of drainage problems during the building phase, so I cut a small drain for them, and that's managed to get all the water that had been sitting on this side of the house out, because it sort of had nowhere to go. So you can see on this side of the driveway a bit of a before and after. That's what it did like over there. So we'll get that beautiful loam in there. That'll allow free drainage, because there is a slight slope from here down that way, about 12 inches, 30 centimetres over the distance. So where that pipe is there next to the concrete, that's how much fill we're going to bring in. We're going to batter it up the walls there to make it look nice and go all the way down to the gate. We'll probably run out of soil at that point, but there's also out the back there to do, and where Callum's driving now, got a bit to do there as well. They moved in probably 2 weeks ago, so this is a brand new build. I love this fence. I don't know about you guys, but this is a plastic fence, so it doesn't weigh anything. You can wash it. I just love the idea. So we've got another client over the road here that we've got to do a bit of work for. They've got some massive drainage problems. It looks like somewhere up on the hill there, past those rocks, there's a natural spring. So we did some emergency drainage works out there for them maybe a month ago. And yeah, as a result, we're putting a French drain in to help that water shedding off the hill get in there. I'll just film Callum, because some people like seeing the action more than me talking. I don't blame them. So Callum's on what some people would know as an apprenticeship in the old days. He's on a school-based traineeship. So Callum does 1 to 2 days a week for me. He gets 1 day off school, and he gets credit towards his high school certificate. I'm sure he prefers this. So you'll notice I'm getting him to drive over this rocky cementy material, because we want to compact that in, because they are going to possibly drive over this at times. Right, so back to Sahan. I'll just go for a quick walk over here. So you can still see the mud tracks from where the rocks were delivered about a week ago. I think there's too much water up here, and if you look in the distance, you probably can't see it on the camera, but there's a bore up the top of that hill, that yellow thing in the distance. So I'd say there's subterranean water that comes out here somewhere. So they have a lot of water that runs down into here. You can see this reedy grass stuff. That tells me straight away that there's subterranean water. So this is what the builders have done, and just the post office bike makes that sort of mark on it. So just here, the water comes down beside the house, fills this area up, and you can see how wet it is. It's full of cane toads, not the nice type. They've dug a little hand trench themselves, and again you can see this grass, this reedy grass. It'll only grow where it's wet all the time. So he's asked us to use that as fill over on this side of the house, which we've already started on. We're doing it in stages because it's so wet. We don't want to do too much damage. So yeah, there's their septic or TSTP, depending on where you're from. And you can see that there's still water almost flowing here and up beside the house. So we're doing a French drain all along the back of the house, all down the side of the property. We'll do an ag drain, that should just be carrying water. We'll probably do one here as well. The storm water here, so I'll get a plumber, get their opinion on tapping into that to see what we can do with it, because it's plenty wet. It hasn't rained for about 3 weeks. So that water should have all shed off by now. Tells me there's more. That yellow stuff there, we call it fireweed in Australia, really bad for horses. Don't know if it's native to any other country. Alright, so you'll see me come back here at some stage and do probably 150 metres, 150 yards worth of French drains at some point with an excavator, and we'll level this and compact it in lifts of about 30 centimetres. We're not making a road or anything here, it's just fill. But you don't want it collapsing at some point, especially with the septic that close. There's going to be water in the ground all the time, so this stuff will collapse. So yeah, we'll definitely get a small compactor in and compact that, probably a pad foot. Alright, so I think I've rambled on long enough. If you've got any comments, anything you'd like to share, any ideas about how we should or shouldn't be doing things, put it down in the comments. We're not monetized or anything. Subscribe if you like. The content you'll see is mainly this tractor and our John Deere 1585 mower. We do some other stuff, but that's for a separate channel. Bye.